Yes, it's the Heat, SiriusXM. I'm Mina SayWhat. You're in Mina's house. Joining the house is a friend to the show, Doja Cat. Doing her makeup, looking lovely. Girl, you have been working. You're a whole pop star. Like a whole pop star. How do you feel?
My like voice is completely dried out and I'm supposed to be singing soon. I'm practicing for something, so I am terrified of the future, but it's feeling good. I mean, I'm generally all right.
Are you learning little tricks on how to deal with things like that? Just being overbooked and overloaded and tired?
Yeah, I cancel. I just say no, 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 no.
I love that. So look, you're really popular now, girl. I mean, I just feel like in the last year, this is really like your breakout year. You are everywhere looking amazing. You know, are there things now that you can't do because you're so popular that you wish you could?
Uh, yeah, like go streaking. I I can't think of. I mean, I've never had. I think my team is pretty good at not like having me cornered by people.
Mm.
Uh, public. Like I haven't had to deal with, you know, being extremely uncomfortable in public. It's like people crowd that crowding thing never happens to me. So I think that's why people are like, she's so normal because I just have never felt the pressure of like, oh my God, don't you get a picture for like every single day, like for weeks on end. That doesn't happen to me. So no, I'm pretty relaxed and I feel pretty good.
Good. Planet Her is on the way. Genius album. I really cannot wait to see what this planet is like. What is this planet like? Because I feel like the video with SZA and Kiss Me More is kind of an intro to this whole world that you're building.
Absolutely, you hit it right on the head. It's basically an intro to a lore, and I'm right now starting to write it. I wish I would have started earlier, but for the next couple of months, I'm going to be filming stuff, and I feel like each song I want to like introduce a different area of the planet. So there would be like the nightlife in the city and the jungles or whatever, you know. But I want to kind of create a world for people and a story for them to enjoy.
That is so like you because you're so creative. And you know, we spoke over a year ago about how involved you are in your costuming. You're doing your makeup right now, so I can see you building like a whole show.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm really excited. It's difficult to kind of like showcase everything. I feel like when we do these videos, it's like you want to do the crazy makeup, but like you always have 5 minutes. Like everybody always pops in and says 5 minutes, and then you're done, and you're like not even ready, and like it's hard. It's a lot of shuffling, but I can't wait to put this out.
Is this planet like a only women planet? Or
Absolutely not. So we
okay.
just about it, and I feel like Planet Her is supposed to be the center of the universe where all races of the galaxy can be together. Um, and I feel like humans, everybody, I'm trying to create different races and blah blah blah, but everybody is welcome. So yeah, it's like it's kind of like a big cluster.
Because in the first video with SZA, you capture the man and you put him in the little like test tube. So I'm like, are we man eaters on Planet Her? What's happening?
That was like one of the races. So there's giant like women beings, and they are mostly mischievous. They just like to use like stragglers or whatever as like something to play video games with. Like that's one concept, and it kind of can be whatever you want it to be, but that's sort of how that works. Is they're just like you stay away from them. You don't go too far into the desert unless you know what you're doing.
Oh, wow. I can't wait to see how you roll this out. You know, I think SZA was perfect for the launching of this because I think you both are super creative and super beautiful and super talented. So, like, what made you want to go with that song first to introduce the whole album? What about that song?
It kind of feels like a welcome song. It feels like the beginning or the theme song of like a journey or like a show in some sort. So like I feel like that worked the best.
And then the threesome scene. I was filming that.
They're very sensuous beings. And that's how I wanted to capture that. We love the idea of like, honestly, it was a lot about the colors and the concept and like it just feeling romantic and sexy and all that, you know?
All right. So you want to introduce your song?
Yes, I'm Doja Cat and you're listening to Kiss Me More featuring SZA.
Right here on the Heat, SiriusXM, more with Doja on the way. So the last album that you dropped, Hot Pink, which I don't know if you've noticed, but it's always hanging on my wall right there. You know, you didn't have the popularity that you have now, right? And I think the one thing I was blown away with the last album was how much singing, like real singing that you were doing. It was very much a lot of an R&B album. So with this upcoming album, are you going to be leaning more towards like the R&B or the pop side of it?
I'm still exploring a lot of different things. I feel like in Hot Pink there was a lot of different genre kind of not bending, but like a little bit of experimenting here and there. And I do that on this album, but it's a little more consistent because the producers are pretty. I don't have like a trillion producers this time. I have like a small handful. But I do still sing. There is going to be a lot more R&B on this one. So I know that people like Streets a lot, and a lot of people in my life, in real life, have told me that's the song. So I just kept doing it, and yeah, there's a lot more on there.
So I don't know if you remember, but when Hot Pink dropped, you came to see us, and this is prior to the world being crazy, right? And Streets was my favorite song off the album from the jump. And I was the first person to play it, right? Remember, you were like, oh, that's interesting. And then it went viral like a year and a half later.
Yeah.
So
but
it's
I don't know how this happened. I guess thank God for silhouettes and light and LED lights and bathroom doorways. But whoever came up with that, I do need to know who came up with that, but it's a genius idea, and I'm so thankful for that because that was crazy.
I was really happy because it's my favorite song on the album, and I'm happy that the whole rest of the world was starting to actually play it and listen to it, you know? Yeah. So you're like, I feel like a lot of your songs are picked on TikTok. Like, do you feel the same way? Like, do you feel like the TikTok community is really like picking your singles at this point?
I mean, it's the way that kind of like kids are on TikTok and they need a song to dance to. And sometimes my music is the one that they want to dance to. So, you know, thank God. I mean, that's what I wanted from the beginning. I didn't know TikTok was going to be like the place, the source of that thing, but it's great. I'm really, really happy that people are enjoying it, period, you know?
Yeah. So you dropped Hot Pink, right? And then you have 4 successful singles, right? Like bona fide singles in addition to all your other fire songs, right? So now you're rolling out Planet Her. How is this rollout in comparison to like the sophomore rollout? Like, what is the difference?
So with this, I wanted to be more creative, and I wanted there to be like a story behind my visuals. I wanted it to feel like, you know, more interesting in that sense. And, you know, with every video, we're going to be working really hard to kind of capture that. And it's just different in that way. And I also just, with the makeup and everything, like it's a huge deal for me. Like I that's where I find peace, is like just kind of doodling on my face. So a lot of that stuff is going to be like a big part of this year, you know, or for a while. So I'm excited to kind of showcase that in my visuals, and, you know.
Right. The queen of TikTok and the queen of Planet Her are here. We're going to continue here on the Heat SiriusXM. I'm Mina SayWhat. You have won so many awards. I'm so happy for you. You deserve it. You win Best New Artist at the AMAs. You won VMAs. You won the People's Choice Award. You get nominated for 3 Grammys, including Best New Artist. And then you don't win any there. Are you disappointed by that? Or are you just grateful to be in the conversation?
So you want me to tell you the truth?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like what happens is if you have a team that like really, really loves you and wants the best for you, sometimes they'll be like, you know, you're gonna win this. It's gonna happen. No doubt in my mind. Like, just wait, just wait. And what happens is you start to like believe that and you get hyped up. And that's definitely what happened to me. And I feel like I got hyped up and it didn't happen. And I didn't care if I didn't win or not, but it was the energy that of like, you will, like everyone saying you will, that kind of like, I was like, all right, I'm having like 4 shots tonight. um and it really, it means it, congratulations to everybody, but it's not it wasn't never a goal for me. I feel like it wasn't a goal for me to win a Grammy. My goal is to make people happy and enjoy my music and want to dance and do freaky stuff to my stuff. So
And you have all these other awards, that you have won that kind of, give you a congratulations for all your hard work.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. I know what now I have to buy shelves to put those words on. Which is it's been my problem.
Do you care about awards and accolades? I feel like that's not really something you really even care about.
I don't care. I think that as long as my voice is getting better, as long as I am excelling, and my music is evolving and I'm making stuff that I enjoy, that's literally all that I care about. Then yeah, that's it. And makeup and hair and music.
It was nice to see people advocating for you on social media, though, because sometimes I look at your comments and I'm like, yo, people are bold. People would be trolling, but they were actually advocating for you.
Really sweet of them to do that, because it is. I was talking about this the other night, that this music stuff kind of feels almost like football in a way. I compare it to that sometimes when I see the way people speak on like Twitter and Instagram, and it's like, you want your artist to win, but they're not really your artist. They're kind of their own person. And I feel like it's beautiful to see my fans support me. But people get really bent out of shape when their artist or their fave doesn't, win something that doesn't change much. You know what I mean? It
Right.
doesn't much, all the creativity is coming from in here, and the inspiration that comes in, that's all that I care about. So it's hard. It's hard. Some people get really, really passionate and really angry and kind of say stuff on the internet about, stuff that may not matter that much.
Right. So Planet Her, you talked about the small team that you're working with. What are these producers? Who are these people that you're featuring on the album?
So I can name everybody, but I guess I don't want to pick favorites. I'm not going to name anybody. I'm just going to say, the features that you know of now will be on the album. SZA, and that's it.
There's Ariana, I saw, right?
I mean, who knows? The world will never know until it comes out.
Okay, Tootsie Lollipop. Thank you so much, Doja Cat. We appreciate you. Can't wait to hear this new album. It's coming out in the summer, right?
Yes, soon. Very soon.
Very soon. Thank you so much, Doja Cat. She's in Mina's house on the Heat, SiriusXM.